Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design, and it's Wonderful Wednesday time. This is a little weekly series that I do here on my YouTube channel where I share a free tutorial themed to a specific type of project. The first Wednesday of the month is always the tag of the month, followed by the banner of the month, then the birthday card of the month, and the flower of the month. These are all categories that y'all chose at the beginning of the year. And so this is the first Wednesday in July. Christmas in July is our theme this month, and we're making the tag of the month. This is a super fun, double-sided, more than just a tag. You know me, guys. I always add more to it. So if you'd like to learn how to make it, stick around. All of our tutorials will be Christmas in July this month, and we're going to kick it off with our tag of the month, which is always, this is my favorite. I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but this is my favorite tutorial every month. And this time we're going to be working with a gorgeous, peaceful collection from Ciao called Cozy Moments. I think this came out last year, and I never got a chance to use it. I fell hard for the botanical images and the soft, subtle colors of this collection. It just reads winter in the woods beautifully, and it's got a great vintage feel. This is the 8x8 pad. Of course, had birds in it, and I'm a sucker for little birds. But I also love the cotton balls that are in it. Look at this. What a stunning pattern that is. So there's little acorns and bunnies. Just these great fussy cut images, gorgeous, gorgeous snowflake patterns. I love this paper. So I'm going to flip through it very quickly because I know y'all like to see. This is the A4 pad, which has all the wonderful images and cut aparts, but there are also patterned papers in here. This collection just speaks to me. I don't know what it is exactly. I just love everything about it. It's very cozy. So it's well named. A great plaid. This is the 12x12, which is very similar to the 8x8. Some of the patterns are slightly different. Look at all these bunnies. So, so sweet. It has a really wonderful woodland Christmas feel. And while it is primarily like tan and beige and cream and gray, it's not cold. It doesn't feel cold. It feels cozy. I love this faux burlap. All these great 4x4s, a diagonal plaid. So you can see it's a little bit different than the 8x8. And again, a wonderful fussy cut sheet. More distressed snowflakes. This with all the deer is just stunning. All right. And then last but not least, we have the patterns. And this is mostly patterned paper, although there are images in here. If you're a card maker or a mini album maker, this is a great one to get. Look at this with the deer and the trees. So beautiful. So that is the collection that we're going to be working with. And of course, we're making tags. So I went into my stash of tags, and I decided that these Graphic 45 craft tags are a wonderful companion. I debated between ivory and craft, and I went with the craft because I think we can do some neat effects with them. You're going to need your Graphic 45 regular tag and large tag dies. We're going to be using 3 of the regular tags and 1 of the large tags. And then to go with that, it is the first of the month. So Spellbinders has released the wax seal of the month, which just happens to be this beautiful, beautiful snowflake and these pearlescent wax beads. So we're going to make a little wax seal. And then this wonderful stamp set, I'll take this out so you can see it. This is the clear stamp and die set of the month. And it's just a really pretty font. I'm a sucker for beautiful fonts. I don't know if you can see that. Let me do it like this. Is that better? So just wonderful Christmas sentiments, and then the dies that will cut them out, which is always really handy. So we're going to be using those. And then I dug into my Rene bouquets. I found these really sparkly snowflakes and these beautiful pine branches, which are one of my very favorite winter things from her shop. And then from Really Reasonable Ribbon, this raw silk delicate stitched satin just seemed like a really good choice to go with this. I may change my mind, you know me, but that's what I've pulled for now. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start by die cutting 2 of these liners and 6 of these liners from my patterned paper, and then we'll get this tutorial going. All right, friends, I'm going to add a little texture to the sides of my tag, and this is a Spellbinder stencil from the BB's Hummingbird. It's just called Textures. I like this. I've used it quite a lot, actually. So I'm going to lay it over the top of my tag. I've inked the edges with gathered twigs, and I'm going to come in first with my stencil, and I'm going to ink through the stencil, and I'm pressing pretty hard, and I'm just going in a circular motion. Okay, and I'm going to wipe my stencil off with a damp paper towel so that I don't make a mess. And I'm using my pawn magnets from Glassboard Studios to hold my stencil in place. And now I've got my little spatula, and this is Tim Holtz Crackle Texture Paste, and I'm just going to move this through the openings. And I'm going to do this on both sides, I think, and I'm going to do it on the back side of the tag as well. But I'm using my spatula. See how much you pick back up? I don't want this like super heavy, but the cool thing about crackle texture is that it crackles as it dries, and it also allows that gathered twigs to come up through. So it'll look really neat. So I'm going to do this. The reason I didn't go down here is that this is a pocket, and you won't be able to see it. So what's the point in doing that? I'm going to do this on this side. I'm going to dry it, flip it, and do it on the other side as well. But I just wanted you to see how to do that. So this is Ranger Texture Paste Opaque Crackle. So here's our tag, all finished. I took a little bit of this Stamperia contour and just kind of tapped it around. I wanted there to be a little bit of a shimmer, not too much in the background. So this is our base tag. Then I've brought in, we have this tag, and I scored this one at 2 3/4, and then glued my liner over it. And now we're going to add some gussets. This is going to be a pocket at the bottom. So I cut these gussets to 2.5, well, 1 inch by 2.5 inches. And these are just scrap pieces of craft cardstock that I had. I don't want to get too close to that fold. And these are going to adhere on the back of the, no, on the front of the tag. Sorry, I had to get my head around that. So I'm going to put my adhesive here and here. And just line this up and fold. So now we have a pocket on the front and a pocket on the back. We're going to add gussets on the back. This is just a fun way to present a little tag. And I think I did these 2 by 1, but I think I could have gone even a little smaller. So I'm just going to snip the corners off of these. You know, I make this up as I go. there's no project sheet in front of me that I'm following. I'm just making this stuff up as I go, folks. So sometimes I have to adjust a little bit. And y'all don't seem to mind that. So I just keep doing it. And this pocket is going to go right here. Okay. So then the next thing we're going to do, let me bring in I got a new glue gun. This is for liquid glue. It's made by My Sweet Petunia. I got it, you can get it at Button Farm Club, and I love it. I've not had a single clog since I started using it. I should probably do a review of it just as a separate post because I like it so much. All right, so now we have these tags, and these are going to be a gate closure. And see, they're going to come together like this, and we're going to be able to thread ribbon through there and make a closure. It's going to be very, very pretty. And you can see I spattered this with white paint, and then there's this picket fence watercolor spatter. This is called Snowy Fields. I had a harder time using that. I'm so used to doing paint. I'm just so used to doing paint that I had a hard time with that. So I think we'll start by lining the insides of these. And let me see, make sure I've got the right. I've die cut. And you can see I spattered this with white paint as well. We're going to glue this down. And you want to glue it pretty well because you've got to get over that fold, right? And if you don't want to use the images that I've chosen, or even the paper that I've chosen, do whatever you like. This is a fun project, done up for anything, but since it's Christmas in July, I thought we'd start off with like a little botanical Christmas project. So once I have this straight, I come in with my bone folder and I really, really burnish it into place. And then I fold on that fold that I already did. And when I did the fold, this one is at it's really 3 5/8, and I did a little extra so that it would wrap around the side nicely. So now for the front of this, we have this one. We're going to do the same thing. Oops. Oops. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to put the magnet. Wonder if I can peel that up. It's really hard to work and talk at the same time. All right. I don't think I can pull. Hold on. This one does not want to go straight. There we go. Don't think I can get, oh, maybe I can. All right, I'm going to try to get under here without doing too much damage. Again, I don't have a project sheet in front of me. I'm making this up as I go along. So there's going to be glitches. All right, but I think we're going to be okay. I have these large magnetic discs that I want to use. And I want this one to go right here. I'm going to put just a little score tape over it to make sure that it stays where I've put it. Because on the front we're going to have a ribbon, but on the back we need sort of a magnetic closure. So place your magnet. Don't be like me. Place your magnet before you place your paper. The one thing I will say about this gun, this glue gun, is you do have to be very faithful about putting it back in the holster, or the glue will dry and then you're sunk. But apart from that, it's like I'm loving it. All right, so let me seal that back down. All right, and this is going to go right here. Yeah, that's good. And then this one, let's not make the same mistake twice. What do you say? Let's go ahead and place our magnet. Okay. I know how to do it. Yeah. So now I know those magnets are going to meet because this magnet went to the magnet that's under the paper. And I'm going to fold this gate over and lift. Now I can put my liner paper down. Does that make sense? It's just, I should have done it the other one too, but all right. Here's my little piece of score tape to hold that in place. It's like having double adhesive. It's kind of like an insurance policy. All right, this is going to line up like this. I'm going to burnish this down. And I'm going to go ahead. Oops, see, it wants to go crookedy. There we go. And I'm going to fold on my scored line. And yeah, see, that's going to hold in place, which is really cool. All right, so now I can do the front of my tag with my pine cone paper. Okay, so this one has to go down first, and then this one has to go down. All right. See, and they catch. It's really neat. All right, friends, you can see I've done the front here. I've stamped out this greeting from the stamp set. Here's my sweet little wax seal. These are so pretty with that pearlescent wax. Little trio of flowers. And this is not designed to open. This is a pull-out. And here's a little tag that I made to go inside. And there's room on the back to write a message. And then this will slip. See, this whole thing has come off now. This will slip into the pocket. But what I want to work on right now, and I'm just going to set this aside because it'll be easier. I want to work on this flap that will be on the back, and I'm going to take this cheesecloth and I'm going to just randomly put glue down, hot glue, and then I'm going to put that in there. because I want this to look, there's so much cotton ball theme in this paper collection. I kind of want to play on that a little bit. So I'm going to take this, this is glitter glaze, and I'm going to open this up, and I've got a little piece of sponge, and I'm just going to dip in here. I've never done this before, but I thought this would be kind of cool to add. So that looks pretty good. It's messy. It's really messy. Okay, let me set this aside. And I'm going to put a little bit of this on. I don't want to get that on there though. I'm going to put a little bit of this on the snow, kind of thick here so that it has a little more texture. And this is Renee Bouquet's beauty board, beautiful board. And the printed one, oops, I'm going to use hot glue, I think. And I'm just going to put this over that. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Okay. I got that glaze all over my fingers. All right. I want to come in here and along here. I'm going to put some peppercorns in there. All right, I think that's good. I rather like that. All right, friends, here we are all finished. I love the way this turned out. I added a textile tassel tag topper and here's our pretty floral bow and the stamped sentiment, the wax seal, some beautiful flowers, some little sparklies in there to mimic the look of snow and ice. And then of course our tag in the center pulls out like this, and so sweet with the bunny. And then on the back, room to write a beautiful note. All the texture and the shine on the base tag. Then this goes into the pocket. And we flip this over, and on this side, we've got this beautiful little dangle charm with pine cones and a deer. Here's our little textured piece down here. It's still kind of drying, so I'm not going to mess too much with it. Some more flowers, some more of these pine corners. And then this opens out like this, and there's our sweet bunny. I put a little fussy cut tag here. Here's our deer. This comes off. Inside, we've got a bookmark with a tassel topper. And then here's a little tea wallet. The belly band slides off. And inside we've got a little Christmas tea and some honey crystals. It's still really hot here in North Carolina. We've been in the upper 90s. So I'm not shipping honey sticks because sometimes when it's real hot, they will explode in the packaging. So I'm being cautious there. So this goes in. I know this tutorial mainly focused on putting the base together, and I think these make great gifts. Just really, really great gifts. So I hope you'll have fun making some of these. This one will be in my Etsy shop if you're interested in purchasing it. It's a really sweet little number. I love this Renee Bouquets. And you can see the little sparkle in the cheesecloth back behind, which is really fun. So that's it for me, Kathy Clement, Kathy by Design. First wonderful Wednesday in the month of July, our Christmas in July month. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so we have more friends to share our goodies with here. And I'm going to clean up my mess and go get my craft done. Thanks, friends. Bye.
Dashing through the snow with a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all